Hi everyone, in this video I'll talk about vowel harmony, a phonological phenomenon that shows us how sounds are organized in languages. But first, what is vowel harmony? In linguistics, vowel harmony is a phonological rule where all vowels within a certain domain, usually a word, must share one or more common phonetic features. It's a form of long-distance assimilation, meaning that one vowel influences all the vowels, even if they're not directly adjacent. In a harmonizing word, if the trigger vowel has a certain property, for example, it's a front vowel, then all other vowels in the word, including those in suffixes, must also have that property. Vowel harmony helps facilitate pronunciation and maintain phonetic consistency within words. This is why it's often found in agglutinative languages, where words are formed by adding numerous suffixes to a root. In a vowel harmony system, we talk about trigger vowels and target vowels. The trigger vowel is the one that initiates the process. This is often a vowel in the word's root. The target vowels are those that must adapt and take the characteristics of the trigger vowel. These are typically the vowels in suffixes. Harmony can spread in different ways. In the progressive pattern, the root vowel influences the vowel of the suffixes that follow it. This is the most common case, like in Turkish or Finnish. The regressive pattern is less frequent. A suffix vowel can influence the root vowels. And finally, the bidirectional pattern. In rare cases, harmony can spread in both directions. Vowel harmony isn't limited to a single feature. It can manifest around several phonetic traits. Here are the most common types. Number 1. Backness harmony. This is the most widespread form. Vowels are divided into two groups. Front vowels, produced with the tongue advanced in the mouth, like I, E, U, E, and back vowels, produced with the tongue retracted in the mouth, like U, O, A. If a word's root contains a front vowel, all suffixes must have front vowels. If it contains a back vowel, suffixes must have back vowels. Turkish is a classic example of a language with strong backness harmony. Look at how the locative suffix, the equivalent of the particle in, changes. Ev, meaning house. A word with the front vowel e becomes evde, in the house. Oda, meaning room. A word with the back vowel o becomes odada, in the room. Number 2. Rounding harmony. This concerns the rounding of the lips during vowel pronunciation. In rounded vowels, lips are rounded, like u, o, u, e. In unrounded vowels, lips are spread or neutral, like I, E, A. In this type of harmony, if the root vowel is rounded, the suffixes must also have rounded vowels. Turkish sometimes combines backness harmony with rounding harmony. Let's look at the genitive suffix, the equivalent of the English particle of. El, hand, with a front and unrounded e, becomes elin, of the hand. Köy, village, with a front and rounded e, becomes köyün, of the village. Kol, arm, with a back and rounded o, becomes kolun, of the arm. Kitab, book, with a back and unrounded a, becomes kitabın, of the book. Note that the word is an Arabic loanword that doesn't follow Turkish vowel harmony. The suffix thus adapted to the last vowel of kitab. Number 3. Tongue root harmony. This is a bit more subtle as the distinction isn't always perceptible. It concerns the position of the tongue root in the mouth. With advanced tongue root, the tongue root is more advanced, which tends to widen the pharyngeal cavity and produce more tense vowels, a bit like the double E in free or the double O in boot. With retracted tongue root, the tongue root is retracted, which narrows the pharyngeal cavity and produces more lax vowels, a bit like the I in bit or the double O in hook. This type of harmony is found in Mongolian and many other African languages. Vowel harmony has major impact on morphology, the word formation. In many languages, as we've seen, suffixes have multiple forms, called allomorphs, and the correct form is chosen based on the harmony of the root. Finnish has very strict backness harmony. The partitive suffix, for example, has several forms. Talo, house, becomes taloa, a house. Metsä, forest, becomes metsää, a forest. Maa, land, becomes maata, a land. with a combination of T and A to make the link, cause ma'a would sound a bit weird. This is an excellent example of the interface between phonology and morphology. Phonology determines the form the morpheme will take. Like any linguistic rule, vowel harmony has its nuances and exceptions. Some vowels can be neutral with respect to harmony. They don't trigger harmony and they aren't affected by it. When they are transparent, they let harmony pass through. Hungarian, for instance, has E and E that can also appear with back vowels, and suffixes will then agree with the closest non-neutral vowel or the majority of vowels. And when the vowel is opaque, they block harmony. If an opaque vowel appears, harmony cannot spread beyond it. Sometimes, words borrowed from other languages may not respect harmony rules, creating lexical disharmonies. For example, in Turkish, words of Arabic or French origin can contain both front and back vowels, like we've seen with kitab, the book, from Arabic kitab. Suffixes then often agree with the last vowel of the word in these cases. In some languages, certain native words can also be exceptions and not follow the harmony rules. Also, vowel harmony can evolve over time. Rules can become less strict or disappear. It's important to distinguish systematic vowel harmony with sporadic forms of vowel harmony like those from the Germanic umlaut. Umlaut was originally a vowel harmony process in Proto-Germanic where a back vowel was fronted under the influence of an E sound or Ya sound in the following syllable. However, over time, the trigger E or Ya often disappeared or changed, but the transformed front vowel remained. Umlaut became a historical phonological change that is now often a morphological marker. For example, in English, which is a Germanic language, the plural of foot is feet, goose becomes geese, and mouse becomes mice. Here, the root vowel changes to mark the plural, even though there is no longer a triggering E in the plural suffix. This is the result of ancient harmony, but it's not an active harmony process like in Turkish. It can also be useful to compare vowel harmony with other types of assimilation. Local assimilation concerns adjacent sounds that influence each other, like in the word impossible, where the N of the negative prefix in becomes M before P. Vowel harmony is a long-distance assimilation, as the vowels are not necessarily adjacent. Dissimilation is the opposite of assimilation. Sounds become less similar to avoid repetition. For example, the Latin adjective suffix alis becomes aris after an L. For instance, we have rex, king, becoming regalis, royal, but miles, soldier, becomes militaris, military. Vowel harmony is an excellent example of the deep organization of sounds in a language. By studying it, linguists can better understand how speakers organize and process the sounds of their language. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe, share the video, hit the like button, and let me know in the comments if you have examples from other languages that practice it. See ya!